Hello, dear students of Honors Second Year. I am hopeful of your well-being and I wish you good health and success. In the last class, we have completed Arms and the Man by George Barnerd Shaw. Today, I'll discuss the theme of love and marriage and Barnerd Shaw's viewpoint on the question of marriage, how a matrimonial relationship can be successful according to the view of Barnerd Shaw. So let's start. The theme of love and marriage, here we will found that Shaw's realistic view of love and marriage. He was quite realistic and pragmatic, and he has expressed his opinion and thinking in this one of the most celebrated dramas, The Arms and the Man. Here Shaw wants people to take a realistic view of love and marriage. He is opposed to the romantic notions of love and marriage. The romantic view of love is that it is something wonderful, something splendid, and something almost divine. Shaw does not approve of this approach to love and marriage. He is a realist. He wants other people also to acquire a realistic view of love and marriage. Here we have got some points. Look at the points. First, Rhinos and Sergius' romantic notion of love. What did Rhina and Sergius think about love? When the play opens, Rhina is shown as cherishing romantic notions of love. She is betrothed to Major Sergius, who is fighting in the service of his country and who has been reported as having won of a great victory over the enemy. Rhina feels delighted and thrilled on receiving this news about her fiancé's triumph on the battlefield. At this time, Rhina speaks of love in lofty tones, and she believes that love is something ennobling, uplifting, and elevating. Sergius, in the same tone, he addresses Rhina as the queen of his heart and says that all his brave deeds were inspired by his thoughts of her. That means Rhina was at the center of his thinking and action. The romantic illusions of both Rhina and Sergius shattered. What we find later. Soon afterwards, however, both Rhina and Sergius come to know the reality about love and both therefore shed their romantic illusions. They began to learn about the reality and they began to face the reality. Seeing Luca, the maidservant of Rhina, Sergius feels attracted by her physical charms and cannot resist the temptation to make amorous advances to this woman. Now, Rhina is completely disillusioned about Sergius. All her romantic ideas about him as a lover now collapse. Rhina's transformation of higher love to practical love. Let's move to her transformation, and through this transformation, she attains maturity. Rhina herself transfers her love from Sergius to Blansley, the Swiss soldier who entered her bedroom shattered and piteous condition. She was stirred by his wretched condition, and later she named him Chocolate Cream Soldier. Afterwards, Blansley is able to rid her of her romantic notions. He makes her understand which were utterly false. Rhina's thinking of higher love or her romantic notions which were utterly false, and she therefore begins to feel even more drawn towards Blansley. She discovers that He is a practical kind of man of great common sense. And she was impressed and attracted by Blanchely's sense of reality and common sense. Now let's see Shaw's viewpoint of marriage. What happens later? Shaw opines that economic security is essential for a successful marriage. Marriage or love relationship cannot be based on airy thinking or imagination. It must be based on solid or valid ground. That's why Raina can be certain of that for as Loka. That means economic security plays a vital role and for a successful marriage, and Raina can be certain of that as for Lauka. She also attains the fulfillment of her aspiration, which was to marry someone of higher class. That means, as we know that Lauka or Luca, she was an ambitious girl and she wanted to marry a person or man who belongs higher position in the society, and finally she becomes successful in achieving her goal. In this way, Shaw presents his view of love and marriage distinct. Love and marriage should be based on mutual convenience and mutual affinity, upon considerations of economic security and upon mutual understanding, rather than upon any romantic fantasy. This is very important, and this is one of the prominent feature of modern life. As we know that Shaw is one of the most vital writer, and also he was a prolific writer, and he was a strong believer of reality and pragmatism. And here he wonderfully presents his notion or his idea of love and marriage. Thank you very much.